Hey guys, I've just created this channel called Star Wars Stories. In this channel we'll be talking everything Star Wars related, such as what if scenarios, theories, reviews, and other stuff that will be very interesting for those into Star Wars. Today our first video will be about what if Padme was actually killed in Attack of the Clones. So sit back and enjoy. I think I've made a very good story. Leave a like on the video, comment and subscribe for more. And now let's get on to the video. So after the first assassination attempt on Padme's life, the Jedi and the Chancellor make a meeting to discuss how to ensure her protection. And Palpatine obviously has his grand plan in mind. So with that he chooses to assign the mission to protect her to Obi-Wan Kenobi, knowing that his apprentice was gonna be involved. So he wanted Anakin and Padme to meet, so Anakin had a higher percentage of joining him in the dark side. So yeah, from there it just goes like it went, and it comes down to the when Padme is sleeping and she's attacked by those snakes. But this time Anakin or Kenobi can't sense it quick enough, and she's killed. And Anakin obviously is devastated, and because he has been dreaming about her since he saw her, so it's really difficult for him. Meanwhile, Kenobi is trying to track down who actually was behind the attempt. Anakin this time doesn't join him because he wants to be. He's shocked actually by the death of Padme, so Obi-Wan has a harder time of tracking down who was behind the assassination attempt. But eventually, one way or another, he will corner Jam, and eventually Jango Fett will throw the dart, and Obi-Wan would find that after examination that's from Kamino. And Anakin is still very, very sad. And although the Jedi try to make contact with him, he doesn't answer their calls, and he just goes to Padme's funeral on Naboo, and he stays there on Naboo for a few days to kind of digest what is happening. And while that's happening, he's also having nightmares of his mother dying, and he eventually decides to go to Tatooine to save her. And meanwhile, Obi-Wan Kenobi is really worried about where Anakin is, but he decides it's best to go to Kamino to investigate what's going on. And he tells the Jedi Council to try to find Anakin, or at least learn if he's safe and alright. And eventually Anakin arrives on Tatooine. He visits his old slave master, Watto, who eventually he tells him that his mother has been sold to who has married a farmer. And after locating the Lars homestead, he introduces himself, saying that he is Smee's daughter and wants to know what's going on with his mother. And after he does find out that she has been captured, he immediately goes to the Tusken Raider camp, and just like the movie, just finds her dying in his arms, and then goes on a crazy ramp and kills all the people in the village of Tusken Raiders. But when he comes back, this is the difference, because in the original movie he hadn't lost Padme, and also Padme wasn't in the large homestead to call him down. So I think right now he would absolutely go crazy and ignore his Jedi teachings and just kill the Lars and destroy the homestead to try to take revenge for not going after Smee, and obviously not protecting her to not be stolen in the first place. Sidious from Coruscant, who is feeling it, is really happy, because obviously it wasn't his plan, but it just accelerates his plan even more, and he's very happy. But meanwhile, Yoda, sensing that young Skywalker was in trouble, he is very sad and tells it to Mace Windu, but he can't really find if he has done anything wrong or has killed anyone, but just finds that he is in trouble and has had some terrible pain. So yeah, Anakin would bury his mother, and he would leave Tatooine full of rage and hatred towards everyone and sadness for all the people he has lost. First Qui-Gon, then Padme, and now Smith Skywalker, his mother. It's been tough for him, but he would eventually get back to the ship and see the Jedi's latest message, telling them that Obi-Wan was in trouble in the planet of Geonosis and they would send reinforcements, and telling him that it would be very helpful if he could come if he was near the planet. So Tatooine and Geonosis are pretty close in the outer ring, so Anakin could get there quickly. So Obi-Wan was being forced to stand trial, and he would eventually be found guilty by the Separatists and Geonosians, and he would be sentenced to death in the arena and was gonna be killed by the beasts. So when Anakin came, he was also gonna get captured, because it was very difficult to not be, because there were people that could find and trace him everywhere in the planet. So he was gonna get captured, and he and Obi-Wan would get executed on the same time, just like it happened, but this time in the movie, but this time without Padme. And Count Dooku, obviously, with his separatist leaders, and Jango Fett in command of the murder, and in the arena with all the separatists and Geonosians being there. And yeah, so just like in the movie, the Jedi would come to rescue them eventually just in time, and then everybody would fight the droids, and then the clones would come from Yoda for reinforcement and it would save the day. But it gets to the scene eventually where Obi-Wan and Anakin's commander ship would be chasing down Count Dooku, and eventually they would get to him in just the same place that it was in the film. And but right now, obviously, Anakin had more rage, but he didn't need to rush his duel, because he wasn't gonna save Padme that didn't fall down because she was dead. So yeah, I think eventually Anakin and Obi-Wan would be able. I think Count Dooku is a very strong duelist, but I think with this rage and dark side strong Anakin and Obi-Wan in this matured phase, I think both of them fighting together, I think they would be able to best him, and it would get to the point where they had him defeated. And meanwhile, or while Obi-Wan was not really gonna plan to kill him, Anakin, obviously having gone through all his personal drama, I think he would disobey his master and kill an innocent man. I think when Yoda came, both of them were really disappointed with Anakin for this action, and when they come back to Coruscant, they said that they will need to talk to him with the whole council. And so yeah, it was a win for the Republic as a whole, but it was also a loss because it was the start of the Clone Wars, just like it happened in the movie. But this time with Count Dooku dead, I think it really changes the Clone Wars. But the main thing that has changed is obviously Anakin's hatred and more quicker turn to the dark side. I think this really changes a lot. So this is where we're gonna end it today. It has a lot of potential, this story. There's definitely gonna be a part 2 and probably a part 3, just like this one, like 10 minutes long or so. And I wanna hear your feedback. Maybe what do you wanna see in the part 2? And next week part 2 will be here. And hope you enjoy it. And leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Until next time.